students, how are you all? I hope all of you are fine, doing great at your homes. So students, in this video I am going to introduce about the conversion of a decimal into a fraction and conversion of a fraction into a decimal. That means I am going to teach you about how to convert a decimal number into a fraction and how to convert a fraction into a decimal. So let's begin without wasting time. Decimal to fraction. So students, you will be getting the questions like that. For example, a number is written like this, 0.258. So how will you convert this number into fraction? It is very easy. Just count the total number of decimal places, 1, 2, 3. After the decimal point there are 3 digits. So it will be 258 upon, now keep it as 1. Now how many digits were there after the decimal point? 3 digits were there, 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. In this way we have to convert a decimal number into a fraction. Taking some more examples. For example, it is 0.027. So after the decimal point, how many digits are there? 1, 2, 3. So it will be 27 upon 1, 1, 2, 3. That is 27 upon 1000. Taking some more examples, you must be getting the numbers like this also, 1.527. Here also after the decimal point, how many digits are there? 1, 2, 3. So it will be 1527 upon 1000. Okay. Now students, you must also get questions like that, 12.5. So as you all can see that there is only one digit. So it will be 125 upon 10. Taking some more examples. In some of the questions you may get the questions like this, 2.25. So 1, 2. There are 2 places after the decimal number. So it will be 225 upon 100. Now why it is 225 upon 100? Because after the decimal point there are 2 digits. So in the denominator we are adding 2 zeros at the right side of 1. So it is 225 upon 100. If you are getting a decimal number like this, 2.70. So I have already told you, adding 0 at the extreme right side of the decimal numbers is not going to affect their value. That means the value does not change. If it is 2.70, it will be 27 upon 10. Only one number will be counted. If it is 2.700, then also it is 27 upon 10 only. Because adding zeros at the extreme right side of the decimal number is not going to change its value. Okay students? Now let's move on to the next question. Not next question, the next topic. So the next topic is conversion of a fraction to a decimal. What is the next topic students? Conversion of a fraction to a decimal, just opposite of this. Right now what you have learned how to convert a decimal number into a fraction. Now you will be learning about conversion of a fraction into a decimal number. Okay students? So how will you proceed? For example, it is 17 upon 100. So what you have to do? You have to check that total number of zeros in the denominators. In the denominator, 1, 2. How many zeros are there? 2 zeros. So the decimal point will be placed. This is a decimal point, and after decimal point there should be 2 places. 2 places we have to cover. So 1, 2. So the answer of this question will be 0.17. Now the next example could be 23 upon 1000. Since 1000 is having 3 zeros in the denominator, so we have to cover 3 places after the decimal point. So it will be 0.023. 1, 2, 3. So we have covered 3 places according to the denominator. You must be getting numbers like this, 1 upon 1000. Here also we have to cover 3 places. What should be the answer? If you know the answer of this, you can comment down in the comment section students. Just pause the video and comment down in the comment section. It will be 0.123001. Okay students? I hope you must have understood how you have to convert a fraction into a decimal. So these examples were based on the denominators as 100, 1000 or 10. If you are getting 10 as the denominator, then how will you convert? I want to show you that also. If it is 25 upon 10, that means place the decimal point before one digit. It will be 2.5. If it is 2 upon 10, then we have to place the decimal number before one digit. So it will be 0.2. Okay students, now this was the method to convert a fraction into a decimal. Now I am going to explain you about the general method of converting a fraction into a decimal. If there is a fraction and you have to convert it into decimal, this was with the denominators 10, 100 and 1000. Now I am going to take the denominators which are different from this, that is apart from 10, I am going to take the different denominators. Okay students, so let's begin without wasting time. For example, you are getting a number like this, 27 upon 4. Now you have to convert this into decimal. How will you convert this into decimal? In the beginning also I have explained you when this decimal point came into existence. It came when we are not getting the 0 as the remainder, then we have placed the decimal point in order to obtain 0 as the remainder. So now we will divide this 4. Okay, this is divisor, this is dividend. Now we will perform the division. 4 6 are 24. 3 remainder is left. 3 does not comes in the table of 4. Place a decimal point, add 1 0. Now 4 7s are 28. Again we have not got 0 as the remainder. We have got 2 as the remainder. But we have already added a decimal point. Then we can increase 1 0 in the remainder. Now 20 comes in the table of 4. It will be 4 5s are 20. Okay students, I hope you must have understood. Now 6.375, for example you are getting a question like this, 6.375, and you have to convert it into a fraction. What is the answer? You can comment down in the comment section. This is your task. It will be 6375 upon 1000. Why 1000? Because there are 3 decimal places. Okay, so as per that I have written 1000 in the denominator. Taking some more examples in which we are not having 10, 100 or 1000 as the denominator. If we want to convert 33 into a decimal, how will we convert? If you are dividing it with 5, not with 4. Okay, so 5 6 are 30. 3 remainder is left. Just add a decimal point, add 1 0. Then again 5 6 are 30. So we have obtained 0 as the remainder. We have to continue the process, add zeros at the extreme right side of the denominator until and unless we are not getting 0 as the remainder, because after adding the decimal point, after placing the decimal point, you can add as many zeros as you want. Okay, so I hope you must have understood how you have to proceed with this. Now I am going to explain you about some conversions. For example, you have to convert, first of all you have to understand one thing, it is all about units. So I am going to give you a trick for this, small to big and big to small. So small to big, and the rhyming of big is dig. D is D as in dig and D as in divide. First of all understand this. Now big to small will be multiply. What it will be? It will be multiply. So whenever we are changing a smaller unit to a bigger unit, that means for example we are changing centimeter to meter. Centimeter is smaller, meter is a bigger unit, you have to divide. But if you are changing meter to centimeter, meter is a bigger unit, centimeter is smaller unit, then what you have to do? You have to multiply. If you will remember this, you are not going to do any question wrong in this case. Okay, for example you are converting grams into kilograms. Grams is smaller and kilograms is bigger unit. Then you have to divide. If you are converting kilograms to gram, then what you have to do? You have to multiply, because you are converting a bigger unit to a smaller unit. Okay students, now I am going to explain you some questions based on this concept. I will be writing the question and you all have to comment down in the comment section that what we have to do in this question. Convert rupees 26.75 into paise. Now comment in the comment section that what we have to do, multiply or divide. Since rupees is a bigger unit and paisa is a smaller unit, you are going from a big unit to a small unit, then you have to multiply, and we all know that 1 rupee is equals to 100 paisa. Okay, so it will be 26.75 multiplied by 100, and whenever you are multiplying any decimal number by 10, 100 or 1000, we have to count the zeros and shift the decimal point in the right side direction. Since there are 2 zeros, the decimal point will be shifted to 2 steps right. So it will be 2675 paise. Okay students, I hope you must have understood this also. Now, for example, you have to convert 8 rupees and 9 paise to paise. How will you convert? 8 rupees is 1 rupee is equals to 100 paisa, so it will be 800 paisa and plus 9 paisa. It will be 809 paisa. Okay students? In the same way, if you want to convert kilometers into meters, how will you proceed? For example, you have to convert 3 kilometers to 25 meters into meters. Since 1 kilometer is equals to 1000 meter, in the same way 3 kilometer will be equals to 3000 meter. So now 3000 meter, and this is already in meter, plus 225 meter. It will be 3225 meter. I hope you must have understood how I have done this question. If I talk about the questions which are based on division, that means from a smaller unit to a bigger unit. That means, for example, you have to convert 325 paisa into rupees. Since paisa is a smaller unit, you have to convert it into rupees. So 1 rupee is equals to 100 paisa. Okay, 1 rupee is equals to 100 paisa. That means what we have to do? We have to divide, because we are going from a smaller unit to a larger unit. So 2 zeros, place a decimal point. So it will be 3.25 rupees. In the same way, for example, you have to convert 3025 meters into kilometers. So 1 kilometer is equals to 1000 meter. What you are going to do? 1 kilometer is equals to 1000 meter. You will write like this: 3025 upon 1000. You have to divide, and 1, 2, 3. So place the decimal point like this: 3.025 kilometers. Okay students, I hope you must have understood how I have done this question. So that's all for today. In the next video, I will be solving the question from the exercise based on the same concept. And if you have any problems, any queries, you can comment down in the comment section. Till then, bye bye, take care, stay happy, stay healthy.
Subscribe the channel and press the bell icon.